What's up, nerds? We are back playing this. We're back playing this. Oh, hell. Shit. I set myself down in a really bad place, and I don't remember how to jump, and hyenas are killing me, and shit. 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 Okay. Okay. Get him. Yeah. Get him. Get him. Jerk. Offshore Bungus, welcome in. Still love that name. Alright, we got it this time. We're feeling the love tonight. Okay, he seems to be minding his own business. Ah, you're going to VidCon! Huzzah! Kick ass! Right on. Ah, shit. To reacquaint myself with these damn controls. Alright, thanks for coming in, Offshore Bungus. Okay. So it's like that. You know, I'm all for challenging video games, but I don't feel as though I'm being given much of a chance here. Okay. Oh, that's right. I don't have to go up there. It's optional, which means I can opt out. Am I prepared? Nay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, we're starting over. We're playing this until I beat it, my friends. So, you know, get comfy.
It starts.
Yep, right. 1 sec here. Okay. Yep, sometimes the game plays by the rules, sometimes it doesn't. That is part of the challenge and not a programming mistake. That's what's supposed to happen. Okay, so somebody says, I think the viewers should start a fund to get you to play Home Improvement Power Tool Pursuit on the SNES. A little bit of interesting trivia about yours truly. I used to have a friend who was obsessed with Home Improvement. That's why I hate the Home Improvement kids. Because if it hadn't been for this friend, I never would have watched that show. And she had everything Home Improvement related, including that damn SNES game, and I played that game. Uh-huh, I sure did. And if they've released it on anything, I would definitely try to make that a goal. Ow. Yeah, it's just not scared. Yep, it wasn't good. Okay.
Everything the light touches is our kingdom.
Wham. Look at that. Look how good I'm doing. Ah! Ah, shit!
I ate like a pig.
Haha. I done good. Oh, good. This music again. I missed it. Nah, Mufasa never let Simba go anywhere. Literally after he took him everywhere. Oh my god. Doing this again. Yep, it's happening all over again. Okay. gonna have to keep doing it until it decides it wants to obey. Because I'm double jumping. I don't know what else it wants from me. But this is nothing new. We did this a million times yesterday. Oh, did I ever play the Bioshock Infinite Buried at Sea DLC? Yes, I did. I thought it was pretty good. It had a couple of plot holes. But I really liked it. It was nice to see and hear all the old classic characters again, and I like the way they integrated Elizabeth. Nope. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm chronicling this all for my future therapist. Okay. Here's to getting lucky. Oh, you. Okay. Come on, get up there. There's that one up that I can spam, but they don't regenerate anywhere else in this level, so... Sure.
The king has returned.
He made this look a lot more fun in the film. Okay. And jump. And duck. And jump. And jump. Jump! Ugh! Doing nothing different. Yeah, it's that damn double jump. It is muy inconsistent. Maybe I'll stream Cuphead next. It's easier. I don't know what it wants me to do.
The king has returned.
Yeah, who gives somebody a nickname like Scar? It's calling him a malady that he has. It's like calling Baloo fat. Or calling Baloo lazy. Whoop. Hip, hoo, whoop. Whoa, whoa. Hooah. Okay. Ups-a-daisy. Downs-a-daisy. Ups-a-daisy. Double dums-a-daisy. Ugh. Okay, if this doesn't work, we're going all the way back to the beginning. It didn't work. I agree with Rafiki. What a shame. Yes, Scar was voiced by Jeremy Irons. Man, that thing's not afraid of shit. Ouch. Heyo, low. I can see low and I can see water. Welcome in. Nice to see ya. Nope, get the... Ah, Phat. P-H-A-T. Welcome in. Disney's plot to torture Dan with so many shitty Lion King properties until he loves the Lion King, like Winston Smith loved Big Brother. You never know. Maybe they are watching. Low Fat Water. Welcome in. I am documenting my pain. I'm going to need that extra life because I'm going to lose it in like 2 seconds in the next section here. Gotta beat whichever the hell hyena this is. Okay.
Everything the light touches.
You want a session of smooth, fun, totally non-frustrating gameplay? I recommend Castlevania. Well, that sounds like a really stress-free time. I think I'll play some of this Castlevania. Actually, I could stream Symphony of the Night. If I ever get past this. Whoopi Goldberg. Now that's the one hyena we know it isn't, because whichever one that was, it was a boy hyena. Alright, let's be prepared and try to get this done. Down. Up. Up, up. Nope. It didn't like it. It said no. Alright, we got past that first hurdle. Again, it's really difficult to explain controls to people who aren't controlling this, but it looks like it would be a simple feat to just jump from one thing to the other, and it's really not. This game used to drive me bananas as a kid. Yeah, me too. But I did beat it. I beat it in the days of my youth. Okay. Okay, it didn't seem to mind that so much. Now all we have to do is stay alive. Good, another one up. I'm gonna need all those I can get. Okay. See how it is. Never got past this level. Oh, wow. I feel accomplished then. I was either 13 or 14 when I completed this game. Seacat Mela. Is that freaking... Oh my gosh! It's, It's Celia! How's it going? Didn't have the Game Shark genie, back the day. Never got through the rest of it. I can totally understand that. I am a very, very stubborn person, and I resolved myself, I resolved to finish this game, and I did. Hello! What is up? What is up, my friendo? Another blood boiler of a game was Ecco the Dolphin, literally designed to be absolutely difficult to siphon rental money out of parents. I had Ecco the Dolphin, and I didn't understand what was going on. I don't even remember it being hard. I just remember it being like really, really confusing and cryptic. I can't remember which way I had the monkey. We got a very special guest in the chat right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is Seacat Mila, also known as Celia Cleveland, who is a self-published author, no less, of a book called Purgatory. Go check it out. Go pick it up. I read it. I thought it was great. You should read it. You're going to think it's great too. Highly recommend. Is it weird that I've still never seen the OG Lion King? It depends on your demographic, I guess. If you are a recent human to the world, not really. If you've been around for a while, I guess. But there's a lot of like classic films that I've never seen. I've still never seen Jaws. If you like The Good Place and Dead Like Me, yes. If you like The Good Place and Dead Like Me, you will like Purgatory. I like both, and then I liked all three. And Celia's one of the only people around who even remembers Dead Like Me. It's so sad. Seen a lot of Disney movies in French, because I had a lot of French classes in lower school. Interesting. That's one way to teach people a different language. I know this movie in, out, and sideways, and if they played it in French, I would probably get the language a little bit better, because I already know what they're supposed to be saying. Good strategy. No, I've seen Goodfellas. You're probably thinking of The Godfather. I actually did see The Godfather eventually, and I thought it was absolutely freaking great. I didn't have a single issue with this yesterday, with the damn water, and now I just can't get my ass in gear. Watch The Godfather 2, don't bother with 3. I don't know. Some people swear by 3. I know that's like the really like polarizing one. So I asked my brother to help. Oh, my brother did not suffer this game for long. And he's like, why are you still playing this? And I'm like, bitch, I beat DuckTales. I held my own in Mega Man 2. I am gonna beat this. I don't care if I'm having fun or not. I'm not. But I'm gonna do it. And I did. That's how I beat Sekiro. Although I was having fun with Sekiro, but man, that final boss was just Ishin the Sword Saint is the hardest boss I've ever faced in my life. It took me 2 months. But I did it. Remember The Sopranos making fun of Part 3. Really? I've never seen The Sopranos. I hear it's quite good. Here we go. Hopefully I got... Nope. I didn't. I feel like I got everything lined up right. I think I just jumped on the wrong rhino. No, I didn't. Okay. I don't know what I got wrong. Let me pay attention to the order of things here. Let me pay attention to the order of things. I think it's that other monkey I need to turn around. As many of you probably know, I love the soundtrack to this game, to this movie, and to the game, but I can't listen to this. I can't listen to this anymore. I did save my game in the Elephant Graveyard level, and then I died. And as you know, in this game, it's right back to the beginning if you die. Never played Toy Story the game. Oh, this isn't the bad place. Yeah, I'd say he's probably in the bad place. Got the parts of last night's stream. Oh, okay, Cass. Welcome back in. Oh, why did I do that? Oh well, I needed to reset anyway. Okay, so I got this monkey. The parts you missed. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, good. I'm glad. Well, welcome back in. We're having fun, or I hope you guys are having fun because I'm not. Have I seen Amphiba or the Owl House? No, I have not. Would you believe you started the playthrough yesterday at the same time I was watching the Lion King stage play? Ha! How? I don't know if that is ironic or not. Watch my brother play TS game. Ah. Yeah, I never had the opportunity to play the Toy Story game. Toy Story came out in 96, and I didn't have a console then. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I forgot. I lost track of what I was doing. Okay, I might have to bring her around again. Let's see. 95, excuse me. I did not have a console in 1995. No, that's not true. We still had the Sega Genesis, but I don't think there was a Toy Story game on the Sega Genesis. Watch your brother play most games. That's so... Oh, shit. I was looking at the chat and I forgot what I was doing. Yeah, I've been meaning to get around to... I never actually heard of Amphibia. But I've been meaning to get around to the Owl House. It looked pretty good. I just haven't gotten around to a lot of things lately. In 95, our Genesis was about on its way to the dumpster. Yes, this is true. I think this was actually the last thing I played on the Sega Genesis. Yes, Joss Whedon did some work on the original Toy Story. It's hard to say what, though, because they were working off of a really old screenplay that was much darker and much more cynical than what eventually became Toy Story. No, I never played a game called Sky Blazer. Still have your Genesis and SNES. I envy you. We got a Sega Genesis in 1992, and because we had decided that we had already done the Nintendo thing, and we said, let's do something different. And then later on, I made a vain attempt at trying to petition my parents to get us another console, because I wanted us to have a Super Nintendo and a Sega Genesis, and that did not work out, because this was back in the days where you picked a console, and that was your console, man. And I was so thrilled when we got that Sega Genesis, because I got to play Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and I was in love. Yes, I intend to not use the Rewind console. I'm gonna beat this game the way I did back in the ye olde days. We were a Nintendo family until PS2 for me and Xbox for bro. I like that. I was a PS2 person myself. That was my first Sony console. Oh, honey, he's teasing you. Nobody has two video game consoles. I cannot remember what they do. Haven't seen the Sonic the Hedgehog films because I do not have children, and there has been little occasion for me to see them. Okay. Try to... Let's see what this does. If they're an Xboxer, not an Xboxer. I'm glad that you, Okay, that didn't work at all. I'm glad you clarified. Have you accepted Simba as your one true king? Well, I'll take him over Scar. Even though we don't know, before the sequel, we don't know what Simba's reign was like. He could have been just as crappy. I mean, he wasn't, but... You don't gotta be a kid to like the Sonic films. You just gotta be a true believer. That's true. I think you probably have to be a kid to go out of your way to see them, unless you're like a mega Sonic fan. And I'm kinda not, although I did see the Super Mario Brothers movie just for the sake of little me. Simba made it worse at the end? Well, you gotta understand. He was understandably going through some things. Alright, we're gonna figure this out, guys. I swear. 93 Super Mario Brothers film is awesome and superior to the 2023 film. Well, the 1993 Super Mario Bros. Film didn't really have much to work with. Seems like they would have, but no, not really. Super Mario Bros. Just had kind of an outline of the theoretical outline of a story. And plus, I think they were also... I don't even think that was supposed to be a Super Mario movie, if I remember my trivia correctly. They were working with off-the-shelf script for another movie that never got made. If I remember my trivia correctly. Tails is my son. I enjoy the movies, and I love the Colino... I cannot pronounce that. Gets to be him. Well, I'm sure I'll see them eventually. My little nephew really liked them. Okay, I think I know what to do. No, it can't be that. I can't get over there. Oh shit! It doesn't matter anymore anyway, does it? Yeah, Bob Hoskins. Bob was drunk the whole time, Hoskins. No! Yes. Yes.
The king has returned.
Oh, thank you. Sometimes this game listens, sometimes this game doesn't listen. I have seen the 90s Super Mario Brothers movie. I had an interesting experience with that. I thought if it hadn't been called the Super Mario Brothers, that if it had just been a completely original IP, take out all the references to that video game, it would have been a sort of okay, weird sci-fi film. Sort of like Tank Girl. And I can't say that I hated the experience of watching it. Princess Daisy in the movie was played by Samantha Mathis, who I learned is the daughter of B.B. Bish, who played Carol Marcus. Oh yeah, that's right, yes, yes. Tank Girl is a fun ride. I challenge you to tell me one film that is like Tank Girl. They just didn't give a fuck. They were like, yeah, we're making a movie with weird kangaroo men, and she's just gonna break into song for no reason, and it was a very, that movie was punk. Tank Girl. Yeah.
The king has returned.
Warriors of Reach Home, and they're gonna have the kangaroo people. I love the kangaroo people. I think Ice-T was a kangaroo person in that weird-ass movie. Okay, follow me here. The only movie that compares to that, even though it's not as good as Howard the Duck, a movie that just didn't give a flying F. You're gonna have to take your word for that because I have never seen Howard the Duck. But from what I have seen of the film, that I think that would be the only apt comparison. They put Tank Girl on Blu-ray? Wow, I didn't even know that. Yeah, my brother and I watched Tank Girl for the first time on television. And we were like, how can anybody not love this? It's so stupid and weird, and it shouldn't exist, but it does. Didn't that have Malcolm McDowell as the villain? Hey, Alex, all has been good. Actually, I thought Birds of Prey was fairly normal. But I did think that a young... Damn it, I can't think of her name off the top of my head. I think a young the actor who played Tank Girl would have made an amazing Harley Quinn. Yeah, the protagonist I can see, because Harley is very Tank Girl-like herself. Lori Petty, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. Yes. A young Lori Petty. Perfect for Harley. Despite my dislike of the film, do I love the Lion King game? No. I don't. Well, I said Brittany Murphy would have been a great Harley. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can see that. So I had somebody in mind who I thought would make a really good Harley Quinn. And damn it if I can't remember now. Why am I playing it then? Just because it's very on brand, I say. Because Dan is a Lion King tsundere. I knew what that meant at one time.
It starts.
Because it's poetic. Yes. It is poetic. Besides, anybody who knows the real me knows that there are a lot of things that I like about The Lion King, and there are a lot of things that I like about this game. I love the graphics, I love the soundtrack. I basically like everything about the game that I like about the film. No, not Lady Gaga. Although I liked Joker too. I don't care what anyone says. But that comes with the qualifier that I am a weird person who likes weirdness on screen. Love the game. First game we played, first console was a Genesis. Had this game in Batman Returns. I think that's wonderful. I, too, had this game on the Sega Genesis. I beat this game on the Sega Genesis, and I didn't have fun playing it once. Why did I beat it, you ask? Because, again, I am a weird person. Oh! Don't even know what hit me there. Yeah, I actually thought Joker 2 was good. The Lion King was my childhood as a kid. I was totally the ready kid Simba was. Fair enough. Fair enough. As I say, the very first time I saw this, I was kind of just on the cusp of being on my way out of my childhood. I was 13. So it's possible that played a role. I mean, I genuinely do have some issues with the characters in the story. But it could also have been that I was just a little bit past the date that you get into things like this. I was 5. I envy you. I envy your youth. Only movie I've seen Harley Quinn in was Birds of Prey. It was so close to being good. I liked Birds of Prey. I think that movie gets a bad rap. Typical 90s kid. Nothing wrong with being a typical 90s kid. Do I agree the Joker was superior to the first? Oh, I don't know. I never thought about that. They're so different as to be very difficult to be compared. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Oh, we don't talk about the Birds of Prey TV series. That show had Confused Matthew been around back then, I would have been all over that show. If I remember correctly, as I've tried to block that show out, it featured the daughter of Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle, and she was a metahuman. But
the light touches is our kingdom.
Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle weren't metahumans. So how? Birds of Prey had the casting decision to marry Elizabeth Wenson as Huntress, which I always thought was a no-brainer. I don't remember. Look at this. Look at how scared Timon looks. He looks like he just woke up out of a nightmare. Why is he so scared? There's bugs everywhere. He should be happy. I hate seeing Timon like that. Ramona Flowers from Scott Pilgrim. You know, if they ever do a... No, wait, Huntress was in a couple of... Well, if they ever redo... Huntress for this new cinematic universe they're doing, they might want to consider that casting. It's not bad. I know! He looks so traumatized. Literally, he looked like he was having a night terror. Shit! I saw The Fox and the Hound as a Ute, but I don't really remember it. What do I think of Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Doctor Doom? I don't know anything about that character, so I don't know if that's good casting or not. Well, I have not seen the 2021 remake of West Side Story. Want to see Zatanna adapted as a surreal Lynchian art house film that's 2 hours and 45 minutes long. You know what? I would pay to see that. Some of these characters, I wonder if they are going to try to, like, modest down the styles, or if they're going to go full, like, just portray them as they are in the comics. Because some of the, as you may know, I feel like all art is for everyone, but a lot of these comics are written and animated for guys. And Zatanna, in particular, she's got legs that could kill a giraffe. And I wonder if they're going to portray that.
Has returned.
Or like Power Girl. Have you ever seen Power Girl? Like, you Google Power Girl and you tell me, like, are they, where is their mind going to be when they're trying to cast this character? We've all seen Power Girl. Yeah, they were not, they weren't being subtle. We've all seen Power Girl. Stop asking. So yeah, that's the Zatanna's got sort of a Chun-Li thing going on, and Power Girl has the things that she's got going on, and I genuinely wonder if they're gonna like mega redesign these characters, or if they're just gonna keep them the way they are. Yeah, I liked the 2017 DuckTales. I thought they did a super job on that. That was shit. I was reading the chat. I blame you all. It's your fault. Chat's fault, you lost. Damn right. Get up there. Shh, everyone, if he keeps dying, he'll kick us out of his room. Oh, your brother used to do that? Oh, I guess I can understand. We had our video game system in the living room, so I couldn't kick anybody out. Is this on emulation or modern hardware? Well, it's on the PS5. Oh! Modern hardware, yes. What does God need with a starship? I don't know. What did God need with a big boat? Fun, where's the file? 2, give me the file. So this is as good as the PS5 gets, eh? I don't know, I'm going to be playing Doom the Dark Ages soon. I think that's probably going to be as good as the PS5 gets for me. Because after that, I'm going to have me a Switch 2, and then I'm never going to turn the PS5 on again. Oh. No, I know it was a Star Trek reference. That's what I asked in Star Trek V. What does God need with Star Trek? Well, God asked for all kinds of things. God asked for an ark to... not an ark. Oh, yeah, no, that was still an ark. The Ark of the Covenant. He asked for a box to put himself in. I guess he wasn't necessarily talking about the Judeo-Christian God. He could have been talking about just God in the abstract, the one that made all things possible. But that would be the Judeo-Christian God. All the other gods are just basically really, really, really powerful beings. There's one Egyptian god that is kinda close to the concept of an all-powerful creator god, but not enough to like, the only one that I've ever come across is the Judeo-Christian god, and the Judeo-Christian god asked for all kinds of stuff. I feel like Nimoy's directing effort versus Shatner was very telling of their respective personalities. Yeah, Shatner sucked. I share my birthday with an Egyptian god. Oh, so cool. So cool. So cool. I thought you made it further than this yesterday. I did, but I died. And when you die in a 90s game, you start all the fuck over, my friend. If you want a bad Star Trek film, watch the ones made by J.J. Abrams. I'd rather not, thank you. You are quite correct, however, they are pretty bad. No save points, yes. You got continues, but this game is jank as fuck, and sometimes the yes continue button just doesn't work. No, I do not have infinite continues. I'm doing this old school. It's fine, I can do it. I beat Sekiro. The most Star Trek thing in years was the Orville. I agree. I really like the Orville. Hello there, Tony Kim. And I actually think the Orville was what I call a Trojan horse series. By that I mean it would eventually become the series that the creators wanted it to be, but they had to pitch it as something else, otherwise it wouldn't get on the air. I honestly think that Seth MacFarlane did not intend the Orville to be a comedy at all, or maybe they have like a subtle undertone of a comedy that it eventually had. But I think he went to the studio and said, no, it's a parody. Think Spaceballs, but Star Trek. And they were like, okay, make your show. And then he turned it into not a comedy at all. It's a dramedy, yes, but if you notice, but that last season, that wasn't even a comedy anymore. That was some of the best serious sci-fi that there's been since The Next Generation. Want to know something semi-related to Star Trek that's forgotten about and super underrated? Sure. You gonna talk to me about Farscape? 'Cause I love me some Farscape. Galaxy Quest. Whoops. Ah, shit. Oh, I think Galaxy Quest is pretty well remembered. Nick Meyer was recently interviewed on a podcast that's done by two of the actors from Enterprise, and I love their podcast. And he mentioned Galaxy Quest, and he thought that it was like he considers it like one of the Star Trek films. Very excited for the new season of the Orville. Man, you have no idea how close that thing came to being axed. It's a miracle they're getting another season, but I'm looking forward to it also. I was reading the chat! Farscape had been streaming on YouTube for the past half year. Has been streaming. Has it really? Oh, I should give it another watch. They used to have it on Netflix, and now they don't. Hang on, chat. Farscape is incredible. Currently in the middle of Season 2 or Season 3, somewhere around there. Yeah, I was really impressed with it. Gonna say this one more time because it bears repeating. The DT reboot creator... Oh, DuckTales. Oh, shit. Hang on. Whoa! I got that just in time. Hang on. Okay. The DuckTales reboot creator wanted to make a Rescue Rangers reboot and combine it with Rescuers and Great Mouse Detective. Oh my god! They could have got all those freaking... Man, why didn't they do it? That sounds like it would be the shit. Yeah, R.I.P. Alan Rickman.
It starts.
Yes, I watched a little bit of Babylon 5. I didn't care for it. But I really appreciated the fact that they were a sci-fi show on television that wasn't called Star Trek, and they made it that many seasons. That is pretty damn impressive. And they had some of the old Star Trek writers, and I don't just mean Harlan Ellison. They had a couple of them. And they had Walter Koenig as a really convincing bad guy. Yeah. Impressive stuff. A great sci-fi that came out in 2025. Lay it on me. Babylon 5 wasn't my thing either, but I accepted it was good, and it was a thing that people liked, and that's awesome. I had exactly the same experience. Battlestar Galactica. Oh. I never even saw the original show. Oh, 2005. Yeah, never saw the 2005 show, never saw the old 70s or 80s, whichever one it was. I think it was the 80s. Yeah, I've heard really good things about the reboot, but I've never really had enough interest in that show to check it out. Maybe it's my loss. By all counts, the second Battlestar Galactica is far superior to the original. That's what I hear. Haven't seen Firefly, but I knew the premise enough to understand Serenity, which I did see. I saw Serenity first, and I was able to understand it just fine. I think that's the mark of a really good film. Although I say this every time I talk about it, I got the dynamic of Mal and Inara wrong. They had such good chemistry and such a good back and forth Bickerson sort of dynamic. I thought she was supposed to be his ex-wife, which again I think speaks highly of the show because they had a great chemistry. Now, sometimes that roar works and sometimes it doesn't, and even when it does, I fuck it up. The USS Callister episode of Black Mirror, that's what it's called. Really twisted, awesome. Hey, I thought it was great. They did a sequel, and I gotta tell you, I didn't like the sequel at all. I didn't know what they were trying to say with it. I didn't know why they wanted to do it. But yeah, that first one was really good. My mom worked a lot on a lot of stuff back in the 90s as she worked for Warner Brothers at the same time. She did 24 video playback. Oh, wow. Nice. Very cool. How far do you have to get into this game to when Simba gets injected with the last Plagueis virus? Not soon enough. Ouroboros. Part of this is on me. I can't figure out that monkey puzzle again, and I did it just fine yesterday. I think this game is burning me out, man. She worked on Batman and Robin, which is partly one of the reasons I love that movie. Aww! How cool. This game will drive you mad! Yes. They're making a movie for The Longest Walk. What is the Longest Walk? Huh. Kiss from a Rose was really, really good. It wasn't written to be for a Batman soundtrack, but as it ended up on a Batman soundtrack, it was really good. I even like that U2 song. Come to think of it, that whole soundtrack was pretty darn good. I don't get the double jump either, man. I'm just doing it until the game says, fine. They're making a Gargoyles movie? If they don't get Keith David, no, I'm not bothering. At least you get to see young Simba die a lot. I'm not a monster. Besides, I embody young Simba in this game. If he dies, I die. So we're in this together. Yes, Keith David from the Gargoyles cartoon. Go to YouTube and type in "Welcome to Hell, motherfucker." And I want somebody to animate Goliath saying that. Joel Schumacher was a legitimate filmmaker. He made one film that people labeled bad, and he never recovered from it. It's so
The king
unfair.
has returned.
Yeah, I heard he was in Hazbin Hotel. He sings. He's a damn good singer. Yes, you're absolutely right. The Cassie B. That was from on high. Make things that will sell us more toys, and shit. So bad with names, they just come and go out of my brain like it's freaking nothing. The actor who played Robin, I want to say O'Connell, something O'Connor or O'Connell. he said in interviews, yeah, it was basically like we were doing a toy commercial. Well, that's what the studio wanted. They wanted it to be a toy commercial. Chris O'Donnell, thank you. Minute 22, right before they announced he was going to be in Hazard Hotel, Goliath was my first cartoon crush, but just don't tell him that. Your secret is safe with me. Although I'm sure he would be quite flattered. I'll tell you what, though, if you're going to have a cartoon crush, make it Goliath. Goliath is awesome. Hey, it's me, Poppy! My father. What don't you remember, my father? Whoops. Played Batman Forever on the SNES. I didn't have an SNES, I had a Sega Genesis. Shit! Schumacher gave his directions on Batman and Robin from a distance through a megaphone. Ah. Film that I was never scared of monsters under my bed because I pictured Goliath and the others watching over me. Oh, I love that. So, George, you're very sad about your parents dying and action. Huh. Yeah, as I understand it, Jim Carrey wasn't a huge name at the time, and so that was kind of a risk they were taking. And it coincided with a big takeoff of his career, so they kind of got lucky on that one, if I remember my trivia correctly. Yeah, how about Val Kilmer dying, man? That's crazy. You know, they wanted Val Kilmer to play Morpheus in The Matrix. And they wanted Will Smith to play Neo. And I don't know if we would have gotten a better film or a worse film, but it certainly would have been different. Oh, Great Mouse Detective. Yeah, I think we saw that once. I don't remember it. I guess you don't remember it? Maybe we didn't see it. I don't know. I remember a film called Johnny Mnemonic. I don't remember Johnny Mnemonic. I've never seen that. Val Kilmer was considered for that movie before Keanu Reeves. Yeah, I remember hearing that they really, really wanted him, and I don't know why that didn't work out. I don't know that I've ever heard Val Kilmer even talk about it, really. I've heard Will Smith talk about that all the time. He was pitched The Matrix, and they were like, okay, so it's like this world, but it's not real, and you're gonna do kung fu in a world that isn't real, and Will is just like, what are these people talking about? And he said no. And he saw the movie eventually, and he was like, oh, now I get it. But he said, you know what? I'm glad I didn't do it, because I would have tried to make it funny, and that wouldn't have been good. My interpretation wouldn't have been good. Keanu was great. I'm glad I didn't get the role. Does he mean it? Who knows? But that's what he said. Have I seen the Hats Off Entertainment channel at all? I have, does some nostalgic film content you may enjoy. Yes, I don't think I've agreed with anything on that channel at all, but I really like it. Agreement is not necessary for good content. Biggest fumble of all time. Matt Damon turned down the lead in Avatar. Man, I can see that. Any generic white guy will do, I guess. Although I like Matt Damon. I don't know if that was a mistake, though. Maybe it was a mistake financially or career-wise. But if he had played whatever that guy's name was, he would have been stuck with that role. Or they would have had to recast him. And I don't think he would have wanted to have been stuck in that role. At one time, Damon was the most bankable actor in Hollywood. Yeah, I like Matt Damon. I think he's a good actor. Jake Sully, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, he would have had to have played Jake Sully until he was, like, dead. Or, again, there would have been a casting continuity problem. Son of a bitch! Didn't always agree with Hats Off Entertainment either, but he's a real passion for the film, and I like highly lesser-known film. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't care if I agree with somebody or not, as long as they're expressing themselves well and making good points and being entertaining. And he does all three of those things. I like Hats Off Entertainment a lot. Actually, Frankie interviewed him just before me, and I thought it was really great. Patrick Stewart would have made an incredible Mr. Freeze. I don't know who was the first person to suggest that, but God, you hear that and it's just freaking dream casting, and it'll never happen now because Patrick Stewart has one foot in the grave and the other foot also in the grave. Find it funny that Jake Sully is still the main character, even though the woman who plays his alien wife is a much bigger actor than him now. Well, I guess it's not a popularity contest. Although, you know, she could take the lead at some point. You never know. They're a husband and wife team now. Still Professor X and Picard. Yes. So we got at least two really, really good fiction roles. Richard Gere basically made a career off of taking John Travolta turn down roles. Did John Travolta turn down Chicago? Because if he did, I'm going to be sad. I thought Richard Gere did a really good job in that, but I would have loved to have seen Travolta in that role.
The king has returned.
What is my favorite dramatic Robin Williams film? Well, that's a good question. Did I like any of his dramatic films? I don't really remember hating the one where he played what was it, 1 Hour Photo? I think I remember liking that. That's not really a drama so much as it is a traumatizing, dark, sort of quasi-horror film. Dead Poet Society was also good. Yes, that'd probably be it. What Dreams May Come, I Can't Watch It Without Crying. Yeah, that was a very artistic, swinging for the fences type of film. And very tear-jerking, as you say. And very revolutionary for the time, for its visuals. Shit! I have never seen The Fisher King, and I've never seen Good Will Hunting. Oh yeah, Robin Williams was also a big fan of The Legend of Zelda, and so much so that he named his daughter Zelda, and I always thought that was awesome. Bicentennial Man was drama adjacent. I never saw his Bicentennial Man, but this may interest some people. Adam Savage of Mythbusters actually worked on that film. He did some work on the suit, and he got a. Well, anytime you would meet Robin Williams in person, if you were like one-on-one with him, or probably even just in a group, you would get a personal comedy show, because that was just Robin. And he got a personal comedy show when he came by the shop once, and he still talks about that to this day. Isn't Zelda a name that always gets used in fairy tales to denote a villainous character? I can't think of any off the top of my head. You could be right, though. Alright, have I tortured myself enough for you people? Yeah, he was a notoriously good guy. No. Alright, I'll keep going.
It starts.
I think it's more like it continues. I think it's more like it goes on and on and on. Play the SNES version. I'm not going to play the SNES version because I didn't play that one. I played this one. And I'm recapturing something. I don't know what, but something. You ever seen a grown man naked? Johnny, do you like to watch gladiator movies? No thanks. I take it black. Like my men. Always love Timon saying that. Yeah, I know. They probably used up like most of the space on the cartridge to get him to say that, but it was worth it. Yes, Airplane. Freaking love that movie. If I could do anything before I die, I would make an Airplane-style comedy based on God's Not Dead. Because that movie was as pure comedy as the actual serious Airplane movie that they were using as a template for Airplane. Now's your chance to get away from it all. I just wanted to say good luck. We're all counting on you. There you go. Go. It's like it looks like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines. Have I read all of Tolkien's works? I think so. I haven't read a lot of the posthumous stuff, because I don't really consider them Tolkien's works. Not really. Robin Williams suffered from depression all his life, and that developed a rare form of dementia. Yeah, he worked hard to make sure that people who felt like him never felt sad. And that's just... You gotta give him some kind of award for, like, best human. I know, I never played Aladdin on the Sega Genesis, and I honestly don't know why. I really liked that movie, and I never checked out the game. And I didn't like this movie very much, and I did check out this game, so I don't know I don't remember what my thinking was. I don't know what was wrong with 13, 14, 15-year-old me. My guess is a lot.
Everything the light touches is our kingdom.
Yes, Celia is the Lion King fan. She has found much joy in the property. Oh, look at that. I did so good. 19. Tarzan is my drug. Had an amazing score and soundtrack. Yeah, I didn't hate Tarzan. It was pretty good. Is Unfinished Tales of Middle-earth worth reading? I don't know that I have... Okay, so I have read The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, and I did read The Silmarillion. That is the extent of what I have read of Tolkien's work. How do you feel about Hercules, the Disney one? Not God's Not Dead, Kevin Sorbos. I didn't like Hercules. And that would surprise a lot of my family because I watched it a lot back in the day. But I don't think it was good. It's really hard to get people to believe this, but even when I don't like films very much that are animated, I'll watch them for the art. And I watched The Lion King and Hercules a lot for the art. It was beautiful. Lion Guard and Mufasa. Yes, quite. Yeah, the Silmarillion, it seemed to me like the Silmarillion was trying to get things to make a little more sense canonically, and I don't think it did. Actually, I understand that. I really like the music in movies I hate. Yeah, there you go. I wouldn't go so far as to say that I hate The Lion King or Hercules. But, well, I've covered my issues with The Lion King. I think Hercules had horrible, just really intrinsic story problems. But it was the first time they didn't use the traditional Disney style. They swung for the fences and tried to do something different. And I appreciated that, even if it didn't work. You need to get me on one of these just to hear me rambling about the Lion King lore. I would love to. I don't know how to set that up though, because I'm not doing this on like OBS or anything. It's just off of the PS5. But if I ever figure out how to do that, I would freaking love that. Hand-drawn animation, painted cells is a lost art. Yeah, I appreciate it when I see it, because we don't do a lot of that anymore. Not that I don't appreciate computer art. Man, frickin' Moana was beautifully animated. But they're two different styles, and we've kind of just shifted exclusively to one, and I want both. Actually, Celia did a video way back in the day where she was talking about how nobody really wants hand-drawn animation to go away, and I agree. And it's as true today as when she did it. Okay. If I don't do it this time, I'm gonna get off this... Okay, one more time. If I don't do it with this continue here, I'm gonna get off this stream and go have myself something to eat. And then the next time I come back, I'm gonna play Cuphead. I'm not doing this anymore. I said I was gonna beat it, and screw that. I already did this once. I did my time. There's room for hand-drawn and computer animation. There's room for hand-drawn and computer animation in the world. I agree. Yes, Cuphead. A game that I don't love, but I like it enough. And this game is sort of giving me a hankering for a 2D style game with challenge that isn't just tedious. Alrighty, I'll try to hassle Spike Chunsoft into rescuing her from this. Only reason Disney abandoned Hand-Drawn was because Princess and the Frog didn't meet expectations it was supposed to. Now I thought The Princess and the Frog was a damn decent film. And it really is a shame that it didn't work out well. I don't know what, like, mega audience they thought they were going to get for it. And once again, that had Keith David, and once again it had him say, oh, son of a bitch. Keith David singing animation that was inspired by Lady and the Tramp. Yes, there you go. Yeah, somebody else was talking about Keith David. You'd think it would have had it all where it counts, but sadly it didn't pan out as the mega hit that they wanted it to. Alright, you guys. Thank you for showing up. This has been part 2 of my playthrough of The Lion King, and it will be my last. I don't want to do this anymore. So, oh, also, if you like Keith David, you can actually play as Keith David in Saints Row 4. Tedious is my middle name. Hey, you gave me my middle name, good sir. Whose fault is that? Haha. Okay. Okay. Next time we do this, yeah, I'm gonna play Cuphead. You have a good one, Celia. Everybody else also have a good one. Thank you all for showing up. And I will see you